trampled if we don't go.
We're going to get trampled if we don't go. Let's go.
Come on.
We're going to get trampled. Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Oh my God.
It's fireworks. It's fireworks. Stop. It's fireworks.
I help people who didn't make it, so it's not good.
Can you set? I've been watching. I've been on social media a little bit. I've been watching some of the news reports, but mostly just watching. I can't actually hear them. Can you set the scene for me? I know you were down there with a group of people, and you guys were at this music festival. And I've heard some of the video, and it sounded like there were multiple shots. Where were you, and what did you hear and see?
Well, I was about 60 feet from the stage, off to the west. Between the stage and Mandalay Bay is where they say the shots were fired from. And it sounded to us like it was firecrackers going off. There was a number of them. I'm going to say, and I'm an active gun owner and shooter myself, so I'm familiar. It sounded like approximately 100 to 150 rounds fired in the first burst of shots. I mean, it sounded like firecrackers going off. It was one right after the other, and people started screaming, and then the performer left the stage, and then people started taking it serious. And then there were some people that had fallen out in the middle of where lots of people were standing, and now it's mayhem. People are running and screaming and looking for places to hide because we're out in the middle of a big open area. Luckily, my wife and I were near bleachers. We crawled underneath some bleachers and hid for about, I'm going to say 5 minutes. Somebody crawled underneath there who had been shot and was bleeding right beside me. So they said, time to get out of here. You got to go. So I got my wife out, and then I got out, and I started to run with her. There's just 2 or 3 people laying in front of me on the ground. And one of them was this lady. I started giving her CPR and trying to help her. And then somebody comes up to me and says, dude, she's gone. Get out of here. And so I had to just leave her there, and it was hard.
Do you know how long the gunfire went on for? Did it appear to be in multiple areas, or did it all come from one
no,
place?
I can't tell you that. I can't
Too
say
much
to
adrenaline.
That. Yeah, it was just constant gunfire, and then gunfire. And I was out giving this lady, and there was still gunfire going on. I didn't know it. I thought it was. People were saying it's fake. It's fake. Well, it wasn't fake. And I risked but I didn't know. I'm seeing this lady laying on the ground bleeding, needing CPR. I did the best I could.
Did it appear that people in that area at that festival were being targeted?
Well, I don't know if they were being targeted individually. It was probably just random shooting, like just shoot to shoot, because what I've heard is they were up on the top of the Mandalay Bay Casino, which is, 40 stories up and right across the street, and they was just random shooting. So whoever was shooting at, I don't know if they were shooting at, no, they weren't shooting at anybody in particular.
How long?
There was, the people that were shot were one here, one there, one here, one there. It was all over the place.
How long did it take before police were on scene, and what did they do once they got there?
Well, I had a policeman. There was a policeman on scene, and he was telling people to cover in place and try to find cover. And then this one idiot, he's saying, don't worry about it. It's fake. It's coming across the sound system. And it wasn't fake. And so, people started to understand that it was real because there was blood, and it was mayhem. Mayhem. I got my wife out of there. I laid on top of her, and she got out. She's safe.
You were with the
We called our kids from underneath bleachers. Told me about them.
You were with a group of people. Are they okay?
Oh, yeah, they were at home. They're in Ferndale, Bellingham.
Okay, so they weren't down there. You guys had gone down there before, but they were already back home. You were down there, just the two of you?
Yeah, just my wife and I, and some friends. We had other friends. They worked for the, Bellingham School District people. But everybody in our group is safe.
Can you tell me what was running through your mind at the
Yeah,
time?
my wife, she thought she was going to die. She said she just wanted to tell her she loved them and said goodbye. And she said, Jeff, I love you. And that was it. We just got out and ran, and then I stayed back and helped. And she was mad at me for helping these people, but I couldn't just run by them. They needed help.
Did you have a feeling?
Boy.
Do you think you have a feeling? Was there a feeling of helplessness as that gunfire was going on?
Well, because you didn't. Yeah, it was helplessness because here you're thinking that, what are they shooting at? And then I got video on my phone, and it's not pretty. People getting dragged and drug off the field, and this lady that was deceased. It's going to be hard. There
have been a lot of random reports out there, and honestly, you were the first person we've talked to who has confirmed directly to us that people were actually killed. But numbers have been thrown out quite a bit, anywhere between 20 and 50 people, maybe, with possibly multiple shooters. But I'm guessing that maybe based on what you've told me that's a good possibility.
I would think so. I'm not a professional. I work in a refinery, and I'm an emergency responder to my work environment. I'm not a professional. I would assume that this lady was deceased. So I'm not a paramedic, but it wasn't good. So, but if I had to have, put my name on it, it was, she probably didn't make it.
But she wasn't the only one you saw shot, though, right?
Excuse me?
There were multiple people you know of who were at least shot, sounds like.
Multiple people shot. I had a guy walking out in front of me who was shot in the arm. And I said, "You're shot?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm shot in my arm." And he had blood running down his arm. And we were able to help get him out and get him some help. And he was a victim that was not badly hurt. But there were a number of people that were laying on the ground that couldn't move. They're either dead or they're hurt so bad they couldn't move.
So once you guys finally got out of there, where did you go right away?
Well, we just started, working our way over to the MGM Grand, which is about a quarter mile away, across some major roads, and you could still hear gunshots in the background, and the shooting was still happening. And again, it sounded fake. When the initial burst of gunfire went off, we all thought it was firecrackers. And my friend that is staying with me, or he's in my party, he has standing right by a garbage can that got shot. He said, "Jeff, I know that can got shot." And so there was a lot of fire going on.
Do you have any idea? And I know that when something like this happens, time just kind of disappears. Do you have any sense of how long it was from the time the shots started firing to the time you guys got to safety over by the MGM?
Oh, it was probably 25 minutes.
But there was still
pretty
gunfire. Still gunfire, even
gunfire.
that long, 25 minutes afterward.
Yeah. When we were hiding underneath the bleachers, we were hiding underneath these metal bleachers, and it was just boom, 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 and for a few minutes, and then a break, and then boom, 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 and again, it sounded like firecrackers. And I'm a hunter. I shoot a lot of different types of guns, and it small caliber assault rifle possibly. Anyhow, I made it out, and so did my wife, and I'm thankful for that.
Okay. Well,
and I picked up cell phones of people who were shot, and I have them in my pocket, and I've had to contact them on the phone, and I have these phones in my pocket right now, and people calling them, and I'm talking to them, and I'm trying to help them, and locate their loved ones, and I don't know where they're at. I'm just a mess.
Yeah, and I obviously, I would advise you maybe to call police or obviously bring those phones to anybody, authorities.
I'm going to
if
get
you
them to
could,
their loved ones. Well, however I have to, I'll fly them to
Okay.
their house. But I'll take care of it.
What do you do now? What do you do tonight? I mean,
I don't know. We're going to go up to my wife's in our room. We have friends there they're up there mingling around, talking about the incident, watching it on the news. She just called me and says, "Jeff, where are you? Get back to your room."
okay, just want to make sure you had some place to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm safe. We're in the MGM, and they won't let people leave here. It's in a lockdown state.
Okay.
So I'm in a lobby that's got full of people that are some getting upset because they can't leave, and I mean it's disaster down here right now. If you've ever been down to the Strip, it's a zoo.
It is normally, and I can only imagine what it's like right now. Okay, listen,
Yeah.
Jeff, hey, listen, I don't want to take any more of your time. I really do appreciate you coming on and telling your story and explaining kind of basically what happened. I'm really sorry this happened to you, but go be with your friends and family, and I really appreciate you calling in.
I feel pretty good. I mean, my heart's raced a little bit, but I'm safe. My wife's safe, and all my loved ones are safe, and that's important to me. But I feel for those who aren't.
Well, go be with your family, Jeff.
All right. God bless you.
Okay, you too. Thank you very much.
Bye.